Hi guys, this is Rice Snow. Last time we implemented game state so we can pause the game now. And in this video we will create an NPC and implement it into the game. So let's start. Okay, so first inside of this rest folder create another package and name this NPC. And I have created this old man sprite with Piskel. So like the player sprite, this also has 8 variations. So you can use these images or you can prepare your own sprites. So let's copy this image to this NPC package. And before creating this NPC, we'll do a little housekeeping. So this is kind of a preparation for creating NPC class. In this entity class, we create a constructor, public entity, and we get game panel, gp, this.gp equal gp, and okay, game panel gp, because we want to use this game panel in this entity class this time. Okay, so now we are seeing this error, and the fix is pretty simple. So we just need to pass this game panel to this entity's constructor. So super gp, then the error disappeared. So this means we are calling the constructor of the superclass of this class and passing this gp. And so this entity is so-called abstract class, meaning this class has no instance. So we always instantiate this as a player class or an NPC class or a monster class. So we don't instantiate entity as entity, since entity is just a blueprint for these character classes. So if we don't pass GP when we instantiate a class, the entity cannot receive this GP. So that's why this line is necessary to make this code work. So now entity class also has game panel. We can delete this game panel in player class, and also this one. And yeah, we don't need this anymore. Okay, so that's all for the housekeeping. So let's create an NPC class. Okay, inside of this entity package, we create a class. And I'm gonna name this NPC old man. Alright, and so this class extends entity and a constructor public NPC old man game panel gp here as well. So we need to pass this gp to the entity class. And okay, so first we set direction down, and also speed. Since he's an old man, so he moves a bit slower, so I'm gonna set 1. We can also set the solid area, but if you don't need to set it individually, then you can set it in this entity class, so all the characters can share. So it's like this solid area equal new rectangle, and so x0 y0 48 48. So this is the default solid area for all entity, and if we want to override it, then yeah, you can set the value here like this player class. Okay, next we import these images, and for the images we can basically copy these methods from player class. So like copy and paste here. Yeah, so this works fine basically, but I don't know, I think this feels like kind of redundant. So we are doing almost the same thing in both player class and this old man class. So yeah, I think I'm gonna move this setup to this entity class. The problem is this package path. So I think so we can delete this. And instead we include the package path when we send this string like this player. Yeah, so delete this from this player class 2 and add this package path. And that's so here, okay, we don't need this. So for this old man, package path is NPC and okay, so old man. So since we don't have this setup method in this subclass anymore, so this automatically calls the method in this superclass. Yeah, this is not the image name, but the image path sounds more accurate after all. I apologize for the confusion. Sometimes you find a way which works better than you initially planned, but that's part of programming, I think. And so this way we don't need to create that setup method every time we create a new character class. Okay, so back in this old man class, and okay, so let's change this name. This is not player, so just get image, I think. And I call it from here, get image. Yeah, this is okay for now. So now go to game panel. Just like we did for object, we create an NPC array. So public entity NPC equal new entity and a 10, I think. Then go to this asset setter and create a method. Public void set NPC. And here we instantiate the old man. gp.npc 0 equal new npc old man. And I think we're gonna pass gp. Yeah. Okay, and we're gonna set his position world x. I wanna place him kind of close to the starting point, so I'm gonna set, so call 21 and Lao is also 21. Okay, and now inside of this game panel we call the method. Okay, somewhere around here, asset.set npc. Alright, then so inside of this paint component, so we draw npc. So probably after this object npc and for int I equal 0, I less than npc dot length I plus plus, and if npc I not equal null, then we're gonna draw. So NPC dot draw g2 dot this. Yeah, but yeah, we haven't created this draw method, so we need to create a draw method. And just like we did for object, we create a draw method not in this old man class, but in the entity class. Public void draw, we get graphics 2D g2. And what we do here is kind of similar to where is it? Super object. So first we can copy this and paste here. But the difference is, unlike object, NPC can move around and has several sprite variations. So we need to switch the sprite depending on its direction. So for this, we can copy the lines from a player class. Player draw. So we just copy this switch statement. So this direction choosing switch statement. So copy this and paste inside of this if statement. And also copy this line too, and paste here. Okay. So the basic system is pretty much identical to the object. So we find out its screen X and Y based on the player's position, and if it's in the camera frame, then we draw it. Yeah, let's check this. Oops, error. What is this? Draw, NPC draw. Ah, okay. I think we don't need to pass this game panel anymore because this entity class already has game panel. So yeah, let's delete this. Yeah, okay. Let's check this. Okay, yeah, so now the NPC appeared on the screen. But of course, he's not moving. So let's move him. Inside of this entity, we create two methods. The first one is public void set action, and the other one is public void update. And okay, inside of this old man class, we create a public void set action method here too. In this set action, we set the character's behavior. So this kind of works as its AI, and we want to set a different behavior to each character. So that's why we created this method in this subclass too, so we can override it. And for update, basically it works identical in all NPCs, so we don't need to create this update here. We can just share the one in the entity class. So if there is no update method here, then the program automatically refers to the one in its superclass. This might feel a bit complicated at first, but once you get used to how this inheritance works in Java, it's actually pretty convenient. Yeah, anyways, let's set the behavior of this character. Okay, first random equal new random. And int I equal random dot next int 100 plus 1. So we use this random class, and this means we get a random number from 1 to 100. I added 1 because otherwise it picks from 0 to 99, and I kind of like 1 to 100 better, so that's why. So this basically pick up a number from 1 to 100. And then if statement. If I equal or less than 25, then direction is up. If I get 25 and I 50, then direction equal down. If I larger than 50 and 75, direction equal right, no, left. And if larger than 75 and equal or less than 100, then direction is right. So this is like a simplest AI ever. 25% of the time it goes up, 25% of the time it goes down, and so on. Yeah, so this is okay for now. So let's take care of this update method. Alright, first we call that set action. You might think, but this set action is empty. Yeah, but we created this in this old main class too, and if the subclass has the same method, it takes a priority. And so as I said before, this will be used by all the NPCs, and the code is pretty similar to this player's update, but a bit simpler. Okay, first collision home equal false, and then we're gonna check collision dot check tile and entities this. So it's gonna pass this class as an entity. And for the movement, I think we can just copy and paste from the player class. So we can copy this. So this collision on if statement and also this sprite counter. So we copy this and paste here. And okay, that's it, I think. Alright, and then go to game panel. And inside of this update method, so we're gonna update NPC to player NPC. So another for loop. Some NPC dot length I plus plus, and if NPC I not equal null, then we're gonna update this NPC. Yeah, like this, I think it's okay now. So let's check this. Oh, yeah, the NPC is moving, but it looks terribly long. And yeah, we can fix this. So what is happening here is the NPC is changing its direction, rapidly, because right now in every frame there is a chance to change the direction. So it would be better to set some kind of an interval. All right, in this entity class, we're gonna create an integer public int. I'm gonna name this action lock counter or something, and go to this old main class. Every time this set action gets called, we add this counter plus. Okay, and here we're gonna create if statement action lock counter equal 120 or something. Then we're gonna pick a direction, and after that we reset the counter. So this way, once it picked up a direction, it won't change for the next 120 frames, which means 2 seconds. So yeah, you can adjust this number as you like. Alright, so let's check this again. Yep. So now the NPC is moving more naturally, and okay, tile collision is, I think tile collision is also happening. Let me see. Come on, hit the tile. Yeah, I think the tile collision is also working properly, but still, no collision with players. So let's implement it as well. So let's open this collision checker. And okay, inside we're gonna create another method, public int, name this check entity, and we're gonna get entity and also another entity, and this is array, and this is target. And we're gonna use this method to check NPC or monster collision. And the NPC collision works almost identical to this object. So I think we can copy this and paste it here. And we're gonna change this object to this target.length, and here target. And this, and also this, and this, and this. That's everything, maybe. And also this time we don't need to check target's collision, since unlike object, all NPCs or monsters are solid. So we can just delete this. And we don't need to check if entity is player, so we can delete this too, like this. Okay, delete this and delete this. Yeah, like this. So this return the index of the collided NPC. If collision didn't happen, it returns 999. So now go to this player class and check the NPC collision. Check NPC collision. So int NPC index equal gp.g checker.check entity. And so this time first we pass this player, and then target is this NPC. So we're gonna pass this NPC array as this target. So this can scan this array and check if any of these NPCs are colliding with player. Then result of the collision. We can type it here, but I think it would be better to handle it in a different method like this one. So like interact NPC index. So we're gonna create this method. Okay, somewhere around here. Public void interact NPC. Yeah, get the index. Copy this if statement, and okay. For now, let's display some text. So you are hitting an NPC or something. Okay, I think so. Yeah, let's check this. All right, console. Okay. Yeah, collision is happening. But yeah, did you see it? Yeah, like this. So now NPC collision is happening, but only when player hit an NPC. So let's implement the opposite too. So NPC to player. So this collision checker game, and now we're gonna create another method, public void check player and entity. So this time we don't need to return the index, so the method is void. And I think we can basically copy and paste from this check entity method. The only difference is we don't need to scan the array, so we can ignore that part. So yeah, I think we can just copy, inside of this if statement. So this one, I think, copy and paste. And this time change this target to player, gp.player. Okay, yeah. And yeah, we don't need this index like this. Yeah, okay, I think. All right, so this should work. So let's check it. Okay, so come on, hit me. Come on, hit me. Come on. Eh? Oh, no, of course. Sorry. We are not checking the collision. So inside of this entity, and update. So after this checking tile, okay, and I forgot another thing. Yeah, let's check object too. So like, if there is a door, then collision should happen. So check object, and object is yeah, so this, and so this is not player, so the boolean is false. And okay, so let's check player collision 2, and yeah, pass this entity. Okay, so now this should work. So let's check. Okay, come on, hit me. Okay, yeah, so he stopped it. Yeah, so now collision is happening from both direction, player to NPC and NPC to player. Yeah, perfect. All right, so I think that's it for now. And next time we will implement a dialogue system so we can talk to him. Thanks for watching, and until next time.